Another question that we're asked is, if we do this a lot, do it all the time, what do we do about washing clothes? Now, you do have places that you can every now and then go in that has washers and dryers. But we have our own washer and dryer on board. You know, we can't wash unless we got sewer hookup, or unless he has a little buddy with him. He calls it the honey wagon.
Honey wagon.
But we don't carry that with us on long distance
road trips.
It's just not necessary.
When we're gonna go to a campsite and set up 10 days, we'll carry the honey wagon. But
if we need to wash clothes, like you said, we'll get off and stay at a park one night
with full
hookups and catch up. But if we're dumping, we stop at most of your truck stops.
Flying J, Pilot.
Some of your rest areas
TA,
have it.
A lot of state rest areas other than Florida. Florida used to have dumps, but they done away with them. I don't know why. But Mississippi and Alabama and Oklahoma, Texas, and other states have RV dumps in the rest areas. So it's pretty easy to dump.
You don't have usually a hard time getting water.
No, and you don't have a hard time getting water. Most everybody you need you a little extra water hose. I got about 120 foot of water hose on here, so you can get water when you want to. Most time it's free. Most people don't charge you for water, so you can get water. But we park at, like we say, Walmart, Cracker Barrel, Bass Pro, Cabelas, Lowe's. There's a lot of places you can boondock overnight. And then when we get to a place that we're going to set up and see around, we'll rent us an RV park and stay there.
They let you do it at casinos too. I've heard several people talk about that.
We've stayed in several casinos. In fact, we stay in some that have free electric hookups. We like that.
Yeah, we did.
And
that's rare, but
out in Texas and out in Oklahoma and them areas, they have city and county parks that they're set up for you to travel, and they'll have electricity and water and sewer, and you stay there one night for free. And if you stay 2 or 3, you have to pay something like $10 a night for the electric hookup. But they'll let you stay there one night for free, use their electricity, get water, dump, and they're real handy. We stayed in one in Hamlin, Texas, when we went to see Larry and Susan there that one night.
Yeah.
So I like those state and county parks where they'll let you stay one night for free, and then, if you stay longer than that, you just go up to City Hall and pay them a little bit. So it's easy to find a place to stay.
And when we go into campsites to stay, now we don't stay in expensive campsite. We have one time paid
through the nose.
Yes. But we went to Key West with our son. He has a home down there that he rents out, and so we hadn't seen it. We went down there, and listen, to get a reservation, we wasn't even on that island. We was on, what was it, Star Island? Stock Island.
Just next
to
it.
Yeah, we was about 3 miles from him, but it cost us $120 a night, which that was
cheap for down there.
That's like we felt like it was like playing a hotel room, like most people would, and that's the only time. Other than that, we don't pay over.
We like the $15-20 a night state Corps of Engineer type parks,
and we're seniors, and we get that discount.
City and county parks, senior and disabled veterans. So we get those discounts, and that's where we stay. It's easy to find a place to stay. Now, if you're going to Yellowstone or Grand Canyon, places like that, Zion and those, you may have to schedule a year in advance to get in those. So if you go into one of those trips, you might need to do some long range planning. But
out west they got pull-offs.
Yeah, but out west they got pull-off. Most of the time, me and Baby Doll just fly by the seat of our pants, and we wind up where we wind up. I will stay in a rest area. She don't like a rest area, but I drove a truck for a while. I ain't worried about a rest area. I think they safe as a Cracker Barrel to Walmart, but she don't really like
if they're not. I don't mind them so bad if they're right there close to the road.
Yeah.
But when you start winding back in there,
get back in the woods and those some of those rest areas, she don't really like those. But
we don't stay in those.
But I don't mind pulling offside the interstate. But hey, it's easy to find a place to stay. question that you get asked sometime is, how long did it take to downsize? How long we been full-time, baby?
About 6 years.
About 6 years. And what'd you say?
We're still downsizing.
We're still downsizing.
My husband would say, you got enough blouses. You got enough blouses.
She'll shop now. She'll shop, and the thing that she gonna buy is a blouse.
I got enough pants and shorts stuff to make.
Oh yeah, she got enough.
I done that. I was on the bench for that one time.
She buys a blouse. The one thing you'll figure out about downsizing is that you don't need as near as much as you thought you need, and you'll watch these videos like I'm putting out now, and they'll tell you all kinds of stuff. They got a list of things, and if you'll watch them videos, there's no way that they can get all the stuff that they're advertising. I call it RVQVC. They want you to buy something, and they got the product listed down there in their description. And hey, if you'll add up all the product, the RV ain't big enough to haul that junk around. And you don't need it to start with. You don't need everything that everybody tells you you need. You need to develop your own style. And then buy your own stuff, what you like and use. What you got to say about that?
Well, I agree to that. The only thing that you can't just, I try to take summer stuff out and winter stuff out, because I do have a place to put it. Some people don't, so you're gonna have to get rid of it. But I do have a place that we can come back to that I can store it. Yeah. But then if you're gonna go to areas, don't ever take a light coat or anything like that out, because you're gonna need it somewhere. And you're gonna need long sleeves. So don't take a bunch of it with you, but you got to be reasonable when you're deciding what you're gonna take.
You need a mix of clothes. You need long sleeve clothes in Florida to get out in the sun, to keep from catching cancer. Is what I tell people. You need to wear light colored.
That's no problem.
Long sleeve clothes.
That's no problem to me, because I don't get out in the sun.
She don't get out in the sun. Hey, the only way, if we could air condition the beach, she might be a beach bunny again. She might be a beach bunny. But hey, we're still downsizing. All right. Some question that people talk about is why an RV or a tiny home. Well, now, a tiny home wasn't even the issue with us, because you can't move a tiny home as easy as you can an RV. And when we decided to go full time, we had a 33 foot fifth wheel and truck. We had already had RV. We bought our first RV way back in 1972 when I got out of the Navy and come home in Vietnam. We bought our first camper, gave $600 for that little old joker. Hey, it was a good camper. We had a blast in it. But we've had a camper, motorhomes, fifth wheels, bumper pools. The only thing we ain't never had that I've wanted is a slide-in camper. And they ain't enough room. Baby doll said we couldn't even have a good fight.
No.
In a slide-in camper. So we ain't never had a slide-in camper.
So we do not camp. Naturally, you can look at us and tell we don't have any kids at home. But we did camp when the kids were home. We had 4 kids, and we enjoyed camping, and we had a motor home back then too, and we would go to, what we enjoyed was going to the ball games and didn't have to, the boys played football and we didn't have to come home.
Basketball.
You know, when it was the away game. And so we've always had one. We just, last 6 years, lived in one.
We've gone to the state championship ball game in football in a motor home. We've gone to the state championship basketball game in a motor home. We were blessed with some good high school athletes.
And we have 13 grandkids, and some of them goes with us a lot. Yeah. You know, the older ones, you know, they not as much as the younger ones. But now when we came home from Key West, we brought 3.
Yeah.
3 granddaughters with us, and they were
2 dogs.
And 2 dogs. And we're not really a dog person. But what I did, I just throw the sheet on my bed. They had a TV in there, and them girls just got up, and they were like 18, 15, and 10 was their ages. So it worked out.
The other question you get a lot about in full-time RV living is mileage. Now, hey, I hate to tell you this, but the mileage on these things ain't the best in the world. It ain't a Volkswagen. Let's get that straight. If you get anywhere from 6 to 9 miles to the gallon, most of the time 7.5 to 8.5, depending on terrain and altitude and things of that nature. So you can count on 6 to 8.5, 9 miles to the gallon. Now there's an old joke going around that I've said it before. You know how to tell when an RV guy's lying about mileage when he says he gets over 9 miles to the gallon. Now there are some that are more fuel efficient, and people do get over 9 miles to the gallon. But mostly big Class A's like this will get from 6 to 9 miles a gallon, depending on terrain and how fast you drive. You can't drive at 70 miles an hour and expect to get 8.5 miles to the gallon.
But you've helped ours by something you...
Yeah, I put a forced air scoop on mine. But it's a forced air scoop, force air into the carburetor, injectors and stuff. Hey, mileage ain't too good. That's the biggest expense that you're gonna have RVing is gas. And there's several factors that you can do. Now I got a little Honda on the back. My Onan burns 9/10 of a gallon an hour under full load. Well, Baby Doll's gonna stay cool, and we stay in hot climates most of the time. And you can't get enough solar on this thing to run air conditioners to keep Baby Doll cool. So we got to run a generator. That little Honda will run 15 hours, 12 to 15 hours on 3.5 gallons of gas. So I run my Honda rather than that Onan to keep Baby Doll cool. So gas mileage is the most expensive thing that you will have in an RV. So it depends on terrain and how fast you drive. You're retired most of the time. You don't have no schedule. You ain't got no place to be. Ain't no use driving fast.
No.
Now working on the road. Well, me and Baby Doll always had jobs where we could not travel extended periods and work. I carried the mail. She was a loan officer in a finance company. And we just couldn't travel like that. We were weekend warriors and vacation warriors up till we retired. Once we retired, we moved into our fifth wheel and went full time.
We have a little joke that we did with our kids when they were growing up. We'd pick at them, and never did we think we'd do it, but we told them that when they left home, we were going to sell the house, and when we wanted to see them, we'd pull up in their yard and see them. And we've just always done it as a joke, and that.
But we actually do that.
But actually, we actually do that. That's what we do.
My son in North Alabama's got a 50 amp hookup for us in his drive. When he remodeled his house, he put a 50 amp hookup right there in his garage, and we just back up to his garage and run our cord in there and hook up. Josh has got a place over there. Josh has got a sewer dump. Adam ain't put me in a sewer dump yet, but Josh just had a clean out there that I can dump into, and I got my rig set up where I can run air conditioners, both air conditioners off a 15 amp wall, 20 amp wall socket. So I can pull up over there, run both air conditioners in summertime and get water. Adam's got a place to get water. Mikey, we go up there, we can hook up to his electricity and water. So we can pull up and see them whenever we want to. We've stayed at Miriam's several times, especially when she wanted us to babysit. So that's the good thing about it. Comes down to cooking and groceries now. A lot of people ask about cooking and groceries. Hey, we cook. If you look at our channel, Road Maps and Chaos, a little bit, you'll see a bunch of cooking going on in this thing. And what you see on those videos ain't half of what goes on, because we cook near about every meal. We don't eat out that much. We might eat out. In a sit-down restaurant, we might average 2 to not over 4 times a month in a sit-down restaurant. Well, I don't think we average 4 times a month. Most time we go to a sit-down restaurant, we go with our kids to celebrate something. But we will McDonald's breakfast when we're traveling. We'll pull into a McDonald's, and we can eat for about $5 or $6 the way me and Baby Doll eat for breakfast. And if we're close to a McDonald's, we'll do that. If not, hey, we are bacon and egg and toast people. That's what we do, bacon, eggs, and toast when we're on the road. Now, we liable to cook anything anywhere. We got one video that talks about, shows us Baby Doll making me some chicken and dumplings in the rest area. I was wanting some chicken and dumplings, and she fixed them up in the rest area. But you can cook anything you want to, anywhere you want to. And the other thing is groceries. Now, I've been all over the United States, and hey, there's Walmarts everywhere. There's Kroger's, Publix, Winn-Dixie, Jitney Jungles, Pick and Saves. Everywhere you go, there's a grocery store. And some things might cost a little bit more in one area and not cost as much in another area. And you might not find something you want in a particular area. Because hey, you can buy turnip greens in the South till you get Tennessee. You get Tennessee, you ain't going to find no turnip greens in Tennessee.
No, you're not.
We got to look for turnip greens up there, and you can't find turnip greens in Tennessee.
Nope.
So if you go into Tennessee, you better take some turnip greens with you. But most of the things you can just stop at any store and pick up what you need to eat. You don't have a lot of capacity, freezer capacity, in an RV, so you have to buy a little bit along while you're traveling. But you're stopping anyway. We stop at most Walmarts. One reason we like Walmarts again is Murphy Express is usually the cheapest gas you can buy.
That's true.
Huh?
That's
true. So there you get to kill two birds with one stone. I don't drive off and leave cheap gas. I hunt cheap gas. Because 10, 15 cent, 20 cent a gallon on an 80-gallon fill-up is money. So I hunt cheap gas, and you can find it at Murphy Express. You can buy groceries at Walmart, and you can camp at Walmart, and you can go to the deli and make you a meal. That's 4 things that you can do at a Walmart. Walmart ought to be paying me. But they good to us RVers. I appreciate the fact that they let us camp there. But you don't have no trouble with keeping up with groceries. You can stop anywhere on the road and get what you need. All right, baby. The last question is, what's the one thing that you can't live without in an RV?
I can't live without an air conditioner.
I knew that was coming. You got to have an air conditioner to stay cool. Now, I run her. When we got married, she was living on a farm, milking a cow and picking up eggs. Watch you now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. She was a milkman. I actually married the milkman. But
that's how I got spending money.
that's how she got spending money. But they didn't have no air conditioner. And they didn't even have a TV. And I run her. I bought her a TV and an air conditioner. And now, the only time she gets out of the air conditioner is from the house to the car and from the car to the store when she's shopping. And she's an AC woman. And she wants me to buy her one of them cars that automatically crank, where she can have the air conditioner on. When she cranks it up, it'll be cool by the time she gets out to it. She can't live without an AC, and I can't live without her.
Oh.
Happy camping.
Happy camping.
Pray we see you in the rapture.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, I made this journey with you.
If you like my Papa's channel, Road Maps and Chaos, make sure to like and smash that subscribe button.
We pray we'll see you in the rapture.